class, teacher, Johnny.
What's up?
My name is Stephanie.
And my name is Catherine. We are best friends. Today, Stephanie and I will describe our friendship and give you a brief history and present a collage which highlights our very unique but similar personalities. Where should we start, Stephanie?
I don't know, maybe the beginning. Okay, so we met in 2005, secondary one at Vincent Massey Collegiate. And Catherine's locker was right next to my best friend's locker, who I knew since the kindergarten. So because we were loser sec ones and we didn't really know anybody else, we just hung out at the lockers. I hung out with Vanessa, she was next to Catherine, and that's how we decided to become best friends.
Although we became friends, we didn't become best friends until secondary 3, 2 years later. In secondary 3, Stephanie and I realized just how alike we really were and how many things we had in common. We were so surprised to see how long it took us to become best friends if we had so much in common. For example, this is really random, but it's true. We both really like food. Okay, but who doesn't, right? For example, food that's really bad for you but tastes really good, such as Baconators and fries and ice cream and chips. And
So by we, you mean you? Okay, but also, that's something else we share. We also really enjoy playing sports, trying to stay fit, drawing, painting, creative stuff.
so by we, you
They did it again.
but we do actually share similar things. We laugh at the same things. We have the same sense of humor. So I'm sure you guys know who comedians Andy Samberg, Dean Cook, Jean Lajoie are. If you don't, well, that's the kind of sense of humor that we have. We often spend our days looking at their videos on YouTube because we have nothing better to do.
And we would have really loved to show you some of their videos, but they're quite highly inappropriate for classroom viewing. So instead, we decided to we found a PG video called Batman and Spider-Man, which we think oddly represents us. Batman and Spider-Man are basically lazy versions of superheroes. And well, sorry Catherine, but she's a lot more lazy than I am. She's going to be Spider-Man and I'm Batman, and we'll show you the video.
Okay. Has anybody ever seen Batman and Spider-Man?
Oh, thank God.
Okay, but for those of you who haven't, the first thoughts are probably going to be, wow,
Yeah,
this
just
is really
no
weird.
judging.
It's really weird.
Funny.
So would you be white the manner of the way?
Nice.
I should have turned this on 2 minutes.
Oh, that's almost there.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
Okay,
Really?
so yes, maybe a little bit irrelevant to the presentation, but notice how when Spider-Man comes down the stairs and he uses his web to pull him down the stairs, he can't get up, he's all out of breath. Well, this is Catherine in everyday situations. For example, walking up 5 flights of stairs badly, out of breath. It's pretty funny. She'll see it one day. And also notice how Batman was stuck in the case and didn't know what to do. If anyone really knows me, I'm not really logical in everyday situations, I'll admit it, so that's me. That's how we represent each other.
So aside from sharing the same sense of humor, we also have very similar personalities. Yes, I think you go first on this one.
No problem. Well, to start off class, as you probably noticed, I'm quite loud. Sorry to disrupt the class, but after 17 years, I noticed that it's not controllable, so once again, I apologize. And in high school, I was voted as most likely to be heard across the hall. So, all right. I'm very honest, not afraid to speak my mind. Once again, sorry. I have a shopping addiction, which is not the greatest thing considering I'm unemployed. And I can't live without my cell phone, and like many of you, I too have an addiction to Facebook. I like to play soccer for making up all the eating I do with Catherine. And I like to paint and draw in my spare time and also listen to music. And I've also been with my boyfriend for 2 years, and he's the love of my life.
Aww.
Yeah.
I too have a boyfriend. I've been with him for a month, not 2 years.
What's up?
Alright, so about me, anyone who knows me knows that I really like cats, a lot. I was voted as most likely to become a crazy cat lady in high school, although I will not go to that extreme, because that's just
We'll
crazy.
see.
Shut up. I have 2 cats at home, which I love a lot. Aside from that, I like listening to music and playing piano in my spare time. I've never had piano lessons, but that's something that I would like to try one day. Like I said 20 times before, I like food. I'm just known as the girl who eats a lot. And I'll probably be if my metabolism decides to stop on me in a few years. I'll be really fat.
Yep.
Contrary to Stephanie, I do not play sports to stay in shape. I instead stay home and play Xbox all day.
Okay, so after giving this little brief history on each other, you might think, hey, these people have absolutely nothing in common. But that's not true. If you hang out with us for about 5 minutes, you'll actually see that we're pretty much the same person. We understand each other, we're there for each other, but we also make fun of each other a lot, but with love.
Okay, so now for the collage. So basically just pictures that we've taken over the years with each other, and pictures that
You look best in.
Alright, sure. So yeah, food everywhere. There's food all over the place.
Fries, our sodium soup, Catherine's cats. We also have matching Batman and Spider-Man pajamas. They actually say our Batman across our butts on our pajamas. My mom made them for us.
Okay, and we found this in a magazine. We thought it was
Oh yes,
it's like a happiness scale based on colors that you tend to wear a lot. So yes, I wear a lot of black,
and
there's a lot of
90% of my wardrobe is gray.
and I tend to wear a lot of black. So apparently, according to the scale, I'm very depressed.
Yeah, I'm only 7% happy, and Catherine's 19% happy, but not true. Also, we'd like to share a baking experience we had with you guys. We took a picture. If you look at this is supposed to be cookie batter, but it looks quite gross. We got this recipe off the internet, and instead of sugar, Catherine puts in 1/4 of a cup of salt. And I did not identify the white bags on the counter, so I also put like a bunch of cups of icing sugar into the batter. So instead of flour, so they melted into my oven, and we had to fix everything, and it was quite gross. We have pictures of Jean Lajoie, Andy Sandberg, Catherine and her boyfriend, me and my boyfriend, and just other general things we like.